Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, if you do not know me, and this is Plant Dust Woman. Today we're going to be talking about my September favorites. We are already marching our way on into October, and I will not lie, that gives me anxiety. I'm a little stressed. If you guys don't know, I am a photographer, so I shoot families and babies and weddings, most importantly, and with COVID, being a wedding photographer is wild this year, let's just say, as I know it is for many of you guys as well. But October, wow. Whew. Let's stay in September, shall we? If you guys want to see my favorite plants for this month, stay tuned. And I would love it if you would give this video a like and subscribe. Thank you, and let's get into it. Okay, first up in this harsh light is my Philodendron micans. Now, as you can see, she struggled a bit. She's got some damage going on, but I recently moved her up here and she is getting much better light. She is starting to push on new growth. She thriving, more importantly, surviving, and I just love her. Look at the way the light is hitting those leaves. Oh, she is so beautiful. If you do not have a micans, go get you one. Next up is my Philodendron Burl Marks. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you guys know I talk about this baby all the time, and I'm sorry if I am wearing you guys out, but it is just, again, thick and full and just doing so healthy and growing like crazy. The leaves are so shiny, especially the new leaves. Like this one is new. They are just perfect and beautiful. I love this plant so much. Definitely in my favorites. I just took cuttings from it, so I'm excited to have a baby plant as well. I also get asked about the stand that it's on. This is actually just 2 wicker baskets, one turned upside down, and I made a little plant stand out of it. So DIY, people. Next is my white butterfly syngonium. She is just wild, growing crazy. This plant has gotten so big. Don't mind my dirt over there on the floor. I just dropped a plant because that's what I do all the time, so. But she is just thick and constantly pushing out new growth. Like every day there's 10 new leaves, and I keep taking from her and cutting from her and propagating her, and she just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. She's like a whole bush right now, and I love her. I know this is a more basic syngonium, but honestly, I just think that it's so beautiful. Every leaf looks different, and I love her. Okay, I just lost a little light in here, so hopefully you guys can see good. But next up is this Monstera Ansonii wide form, and it is in this beautiful brass clawfoot tub, which does not hurt its standings as my favorites because it just makes me look at it all the time. But I just love this plant. Again, it's so lush and full, and I'm noticing a pattern here. I think I have a thing for when my plants are just thriving and healthy, and it makes me tend to like that plant more. And this one's just pushing out so much growth, and it's just doing really well. It wasn't doing so well in my house, and now it is, and I love to see that. There's nothing better than when one of your plants is kind of struggling and then it starts thriving and putting out new growth, you know? That's just the best feeling. So I love this. Again, if you do not have one, I highly recommend. All right, next is my Cebu Blue Pothos. Look at her. She is growing so long and thick and luscious. I just love this plant so much. I got her at Walmart for $10. No, you cannot make that up. It's real life, and I love her. Next is my Scindapsus pictus exotica, and I used to have this really long tendril that you can see I cut off. Since I cut that off and I moved it to this brighter location, it has just thrived. So I put out that new leaf back there, and it also has another new leaf right here that came out recently, and it hadn't been putting out leaves at all, and now it's put out 2, and all the leaves are just standing up. They look bigger, they look healthier, and yeah, I just think it is such a beautiful plant. And since it is doing better, like, look at these leaves, they're huge. Since it's doing better, I really have just been giving it a lot of my attention, and oh look, there's a new growth coming in. It has just become one of my favorites again. I am loving it. Okay, next, tangled all throughout all of these plants, is one of my Philodendron Brazil. This one specifically is just one of my favorites lately. I decided to start letting it climb, and the way it is growing up this wall right now, I just constantly am staring at it. It's so beautiful. I love philodendrons in general, heart-shaped. They're just so beautiful, and the way these leaves are, they're just eye-catching against that white wall. I catch myself every time I walk in here staring and just checking out the new growth and seeing if it got bigger because I'm letting it climb, and it's just beautiful. It also trails all throughout this table, so I just love it. I love all of my heart-shaped philodendrons. It was hard to pick, but this one definitely has been stealing the show for the month of September. All right, next in this little milk glass container is my Peperomia piccolobanda, which this is kind of a random one for me. I never was that into these plants, but this one I thought was beautiful, so I picked it up. It wasn't doing very well to begin, and now it's thriving. So I think because I have figured out the care and it's really standing up and just looking healthy and thriving, I just had to add it to my favorites for this month. I'm just really loving it. I've been checking on it a lot, and I think it's a beautiful plant. And it's also so unique. I don't have anything else quite like it. Okay, my next and last two favorites are a little bit cheating, but hey, it's my channel and I make the rules. So these two plants are super new to my collection. I have not even had them a week, but I gotta tell you, me personally, when I love something, I love it, and I know it right away, and period. Period. I love these plants. So the first one is this Pilea glauca, I believe is how you say it. A lot of people have called it baby tears. It is just growing like crazy. I just think this plant is so beautiful. I have it on this little wooden thrifted like cake stand here, and it is just so stunning. The leaves are so tiny and delicate. I picked this up at Lowe's very, very recently, and it was only $9. And for how far it's trailing, I just thought that was such a great deal. And the last one, also so new to my collection, like beyond new, the newest plant I own, is this Hoya Chelsea. First of all, this is like a full 8-inch pot, and it is like fully trailing already. It is so beautiful, and the reason I know that I can add this to my list, even though I've had it for one day, is that this has been the top of my wish list for honestly like months, like since May. I have wanted this Hoya. I just think it's so beautiful. I have wanted it, and as soon as I could get my hands on it, I did, and that is why it's in my favorites. So I'll keep you posted as I get going here with care for it, but Hoya are easy for me. I don't struggle with them. I know that they're easy care, and this one is just so beautiful, and the texture on it is unmatched. I love it so much. All right, you guys, those were my favorites for September. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what your favorite plants are for the month of September, because I would like to know. So let me know. See you next time. Bye.